to play video games, but now I've been caught, and HR won't stop calling me about my job. Plus one update. My story takes place in Texas. About a year ago, I was fired for something I did not do. Basically, they thought I was stealing from the company and had already fired me in the system before they even informed me in person. When they caught the real thief, literally 5 minutes before I got the axe, I was called into HR. They apologized to me profusely and told me they would be working to reinstate me without losing my tenure or my vacation time. They asked if there was anything they could do in the meantime. I asked for my vacation right then and there, which made HR really happy because me being gone for 2 weeks made it easy for them to fix the situation. While on vacation, I broke my leg and was wheelchair bound for a month. When I informed HR about this, they offered me the satellite office for temporary use, since it was literally 1 block away and I could get there safely in my wheelchair. The company had a satellite office close to my house that was basically just 2 rooms. One had a desk, a power socket, and internet access, and the other was the bathroom. The office was originally purchased for an executive who was wheelchair bound because of cancer. After her cancer went terminal and she eventually passed on, the office stayed empty for a few months. So when they offered it to me, they moved my PC and everything out there to get me set up. That was the last time I had any face-to-face contact with anyone in the company. Even after my leg healed, I didn't return to the main building. I just stayed in the satellite office waiting for HR to tell me they wanted to move someone else in. Well, that day never came. 5 months ago, my department was shuttered. My boss, several employees, and a few other management people were quietly let go. Some kind of major issue happened at the top that caused a lot of people to be let go. By this time, I was pretty much using the office as a second home and had no real contact with anyone outside of emails and the occasional phone call. After the department was shut down, I just kept coming into work every day, completing my tasks until they stopped coming. Then I just came in every day waiting for the hammer to fall. It never did. For the past 5 months, I've been coming in every single day, walking since it's only a 5-minute walk unless it's raining, hooking up my gaming laptop, and hopping on Discord with my friends to play. Sometimes I would bring my PlayStation 4 or Xbox One into the office and play that too. I've been using this office and collecting a paycheck for about 5 months with no contact other than company-wide emails and former coworkers of mine calling to ask how things are going. To put it into context of how much I've stopped caring, when I told my girlfriend about my job situation, she came to visit me at work. I'll keep it G-rated here for you guys and let you use your imaginations as to what happened during her visit. I'm not saying this to brag, but just to paint a picture of how things are at my current job. And that brings us to today. I've been using my free time to also study for several PC certifications and have finally acquired them. I'm getting job offers for a few places that will be a pretty big step up from my current position. So what are the pros and cons of taking one of the new jobs without quitting? My first one. I know that technically I'm in the clear legally right now, but I want to know if that changes if I start working at another job and collecting 2 paychecks. I'm guessing it very much does, but I wanted to know more. Does the situation change if one of the companies allows me to work from home and I use my satellite office to work at both jobs? Yes, I know I'm being incredibly greedy, but I'm legitimately wondering here because it's a very lucky situation I find myself in. It would be a complete waste to throw it away without a good reason. For me, getting into legal trouble is a very good reason to throw it all away and just work at the new job. Update. So a year has passed since my original post. In that time, I was denied for that second job I mentioned, and I basically just kept coasting by at the satellite office until I finally landed another position and turned in my 2 weeks notice. Recently, I found a position at a tech firm that will allow me to work from home. It's easier than what I used to do, and it pays more. I was just tired of doing nothing, even though I was getting paid for it. The day after I mailed the keys to the satellite office back to the corporate office, I got a phone call at exactly 8 a.m. It was the head of HR from my former company, and she wanted to speak with me in person. I asked her if there were any issues, like equipment that wasn't returned. She said there were no issues like that. She said they just had some questions about my job function over the last year. I told her that, as the head of HR, they should already have that information. Then I promptly hung up, stating I had to get back to work. She called back at exactly 12:05 p.m. I've been ducking her calls ever since. Her voicemail state that I'm required to come into her office to discuss a few things. In my emails with her, I've kept asking if there's anything that needs to be returned or if there are any issues with company property. Each time, she assures me it's nothing like that, but insists that they need me to come into their office to discuss this in person. She calls at least once per day. I'm thinking I just need to ignore her until she either escalates the situation or goes away. So how incredibly bad is this plan? And before anyone says it, I know, okay? I should have quit a long time ago, but I didn't.